Action. All right. Dearly beloved, welcome to the March 12th Magic Mind. I'm going to do a little storytelling here because I just got back from South by Southwest and holy shit, what a journey. This was exactly what my soul needed. I didn't know how much I needed until I had it. So, for those that don't know South by Southwest, this is the biggest music conference, music, tech, business, arts, comedy, culture festival in the world. 300, 400,000 people take over the city of Austin. The whole city becomes a festival. And it was pretty unbelievable. I didn't know what to expect. And it was a really fascinating experience because my buddy Mike and we went down and let me just grab it here. We're basically dressed in our play chi ball shirts, carrying around our wicker briefcases with our chi balls, and we were basically activating all of the public spaces we went to. So we played chi ball. Our tagline is play chi ball anywhere. And we were playing in the streets, nighttime, daytime. One of our taglines while we were there is "Why wait when you can play?" Lineups were huge to get into every location, so we were playing with people in lineups. We were playing at airports, playing at trains, playing on our ferry ride. We went to a music festival in the daytime. It was just like we just literally played for 14, 15 hours a day. There were endless workshops that we could have went to. There were so many different like cocktail mixers that we could have went to. Uh, and for us, our we just followed our joy, or as we called it, we followed the chi, and the chi led us to just go play with people, and that was our way. It was like the ball became this icebreaker for making friends with strangers, which is like the whole purpose of chi ball in the brand is like obviously moving and playing in that, but it's an icebreaker for connecting with people, and we had so many amazing connections with creators and investors, marketers. We It was a massive, massive market research thing, and I think that's for like if you're ever going to a conference, it is the best market research ever, and it was for us. Like we played, you know, 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. until 2 in the morning in the middle of the streets where they shut down 4 blocks in downtown Austin on 6th Street, and we set up in the middle of an intersection. There's cops, there's flashing lights, there's music everywhere, there's thousands of people around, and we basically put on these street performances of chi ball and got people to come play with us. Playing at this one day, we went to a music festival in the daytime, and it was a family friendly thing. And we set up our briefcases off to the side. Everybody's just kind of chilling on picnic blankets, waiting for the music to start. And my buddy Mike, who's my business partner, and we had a friend Yarrow that we were sharing a B&B with. The three of us started rallying. Within 5 minutes, we had 30 or 40 people had swarmed us, and we had four circles of chi ballers playing. We sold out of all of our balls within a few hours of just being at this one little festival. The balls that we had on us that day. Yesterday, we were at the airport. We had a 6 hour delay because our plane was broken and we got rerouted to Denver instead of LAX on our way home. And we pulled out a ball and we started rallying in the middle of the airport. And a guy wearing a suit with his Bluetooth speaker, he's on a phone, he's watching from behind the rally. And when the ball hit the ground, he paused and said, "Listen, guys, are you selling those?" And we're like, "Yeah." So he's like, he hangs up his call. He's like, "Listen, I gotta go. I gotta talk to somebody." He hangs up. He buys the ball for him and his kid, and then he immediately asks us if we're looking for investors. He's just like, "Whatever this is, this looks huge." And that was the general vibe of the week. Is like everybody at the South by Southwest conference is like, from our experiences, everybody is there. A lot of people are, serious. They're looking to raise venture capital. Looking to sell their businesses. They're looking to try and get something to level up where they are in their life. And for us, we went down there not trying to get anything, but ultimately we just wanted to bring a playful vibe, and we embodied this like really playful door-to-door chi ball salesman but also like street performance vibe. And I've been working on the internet for 20 years, and it was such a fun experience to just go and play and not worry about going to workshops, not caring about going to any of like the major marketing events, because what we found is when we were playing, people would stop, they would film us, uh, they would take pictures with us, they would play with us, we would meet and connect, and we would find out like where are people. And so we used play cheat ball as like a way to draw people in, and it was very, very effective for us. I'm gonna share like a few videos. So um, while we were down there, God, this feels dirty just saying it. I downloaded the Instagram app on my phone because we went really hard on video creation while we were down there. We were shooting tons of video. We got so much content. And so I had the app on my phone so I could quickly upload and not have to go to my desktop and carry a laptop with me. I feel guilty just saying it, but it's true, everybody. It's true. I did it. So I'm going to show a few videos so you can catch the vibe. So this was our first night right here, playing in the streets, downtown Austin. Uh,
Let's go.
that one was wild. The market research that happened that night was drunk people are not our people. uh, they like to play, they have fun, but it's just not the vibe that we're looking for. I mean, that was a really, really fun experience for us. But we learned drunk people aren't our people. We did a few brand partnerships that look like they're going to lead to some really interesting opportunities for us. We found a few brands that were really fun, had cool people that were running the companies, and so we've got a few videos that we're working on right now, but this was the first one. And this might lead to like an official partnership with this company, Breeze, that sells these like mushroom infused drinks, not magic mushrooms, everybody, in case you were wondering. And so we were chatting with their founder. They do festivals all over the place, and we're going to talk about a partnership where their zone at festivals has a play chi ball zone, because we were playing at their booth, and he was like, "I love that you guys are here right now because you're creating a vibe that mixes perfectly with our drinks." And so this is the video we did for them, just as like a sample of like, hey, we've done some stuff with like guayaki yerba mate. Here's a video. Super simple shorts. So they're going to be putting that out on their socials. Their socials have a lot more than our socials, and that can lead to something amazing as far as opportunities go. Um, One of the other pieces is like we're calling this the Chi Ball Revolution because it seems pretty damn revolutionary that you can literally make friends with strangers everywhere you go, which is exactly what our experiences was. So this is one we got out of a comedy club and finished watching comedy, and we started playing in the streets, and all of a sudden, we just had a group of random guys come play with us. And so we just created connections. We play with those guys for a long time, just under the under the street lights. Um, we took over. There was a big networking event at a pickleball court, and we played a little bit of pickleball. But then we asked all the pickleball players if they wanted to play chi ball, and so we ended up converting the pickleball court into a chi ball court. Super fun. We're working on this documentary because we've got a bunch of festivals and events that we're doing all year right now, and so we're starting to interview people, and so we did this little montage here.
Play Chivo. 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 That's more like it.
So obviously there's a ton. We ended up doing a few really fun collaborations with some like major social media influencers. So we got some videos coming out. One guy is a comedian from Brazil that we had a lot of fun with hanging out for a half hour the one on the second day, I think it was. And so we have a few videos coming out, and his team loved us, and we gifted him a ball. Um, and he's got 3.5 million subscribers. Another mama bear from Brazil who's got 2 million subscribers on Insta and does like these big events. She came and played and bought a ball and was talking about bringing chi ball down to Brazil for an event in May that they're doing. So it's just like it was such an amazing opportunity to use this ball as an activation thing. We in the process of being down there, we created a new revenue stream for Magic, or not for Magic Media, for Play Chi Ball, because right now our revenue is like we have our shirts, so we're working on a merch line, and we have the Chi balls themselves that we sell, and those two are like, they're scalable, but they're also limiting. And so while we were at South by Southwest, there were all these different places that they called activations, but ultimately they were just cocktail parties where people were standing around drinking and networking. And, when you go into those environments, and I'm sure everybody can relate to this, people feel generally socially awkward, self-conscious, and not quite sure like what to do with themselves, especially when you like first get there and if you don't know anybody. And what we were doing out in the public, in the streets, in the lineups, was like actually activating people. And so we would just like go spark rallies with random strangers, people waiting in the line. One of the taglines like, "Why wait when you can play?" And so then we would just start playing with people in the lineups. The one night standing in line up at a comedy club, we were getting ready to go in, and there was a group of guys in front of us, and my buddy Yarrow, who was with us, he'd lost his pass, and so he was having troubles getting into some of the locations we were trying to go to. And so we're making a backup plan in case he couldn't get into the club. And we're talking about like, okay, well, if this doesn't work out, we're just going to go out to the streets. We're going to activate people, and we're making up this plan. And then this guy standing in front of us, Jacob, turns around. He's like, I can't help but overhear it. And he's like, I'm hanging out with these guys. They're really cool. I like them. But whatever you guys are doing, I feel like you guys are on an adventure and I kind of want to come. So we ended up having this amazing connection in the lineup with this group of guys who are from the eastern part of the United States that run a impact venture fund. And we ended up having this massive game of chi ball mixed with like networking and heart shares while we're waiting in lineup for the um for the comedy club. And it was just like it was one of those synchronistic magical connections that this ball gave us. And so the new revenue stream is we're going to be doing chi activations. So building into what we're doing, we're going to train a team of chi ball activators that can go to conferences, events, and festivals, and set up and actually activate people, not give them booze, but to actually activate their bodies, to connect them, to unite strangers as friends, and to bring more playfulness to events like South by Southwest so that people can actually not need to use alcohol to loosen up and relax and feel comfortable in their bodies and feel like they can connect and talk, and the ball gives us something to do together while we're connecting. It was a very powerful experience. Um, and I feel like so much is going to come out of it in the coming days, weeks, and months as some of these relationships that we fostered down there start to unfold. And Yeah, I'm excited for more of this. You know, being on my laptop for 20 years and now being out in the world, engaging and embodying this new kind of street performance persona of like activating strangers in public spaces feels like a really exciting new path for my career, um, in like moving from just coaching people around businesses and ideas to uh, actually changing people's life out in the real world. And I hear so much shit about how negative the world is, and I can tell you when you put people into a playful space, and I know Anthony in our community, he's a play activator as well. It's like it really it transforms things that it's like there was no politics talked while we were doing it. And I will say we had a lot of Americans apologize to the Canadians about the tariffs, which was pretty hilarious. Um, but you know, it didn't matter what political spectrum people were on. It didn't matter what their belief systems were. It didn't matter what color they were, what country they came from. It was like we're playing with people from Africa, from Brazil, from the UK, from Spain, Portugal, the United States, Canada, Mexico. It was just like the little grass woven ball that we have here is just like it united people from all walks of life, and it got us all into a more creative, connected space. And so, as far as my reflections go on South by Southwest, I'm sure there'll be more as the weeks unfold. Is like this. It felt like what the world needed, and needs right now is just like coming back to the basics of like just finding our flow and playing and connecting and having more fun. So that's a little bit of the stories. There's a lot more that happened that I'm sure will be unpacked as the weeks go on, but I appreciate you listening to a short debrief here. And hopefully there was some inspiration in that. And I think my biggest advice to everybody is like, get the hell out into the world, off the screen, into the world, connecting with the people, find ways to just be yourself out in the world and you'll find your people. Like families are our target with Play Chi Ball. As far as like the brand, it's like Mike and I are both dads. Our kids are the same age. We're family guys. And like we went to, you know, we're playing in the conference, outside the conference, we're playing. And then we went to that family friendly festival and it was like we were swarmed and sold out. And we're like, out of all the places we played, we could like, and we've done like school events and we have our local market here. It's like parents want their kids to be active. Parents want to have alternatives to screen time. It just made a lot of sense. Like all the market research is very, very clear that families are the target for us. And then it's like we'll do activation spaces for like what we can bring to events and conferences to get people moving and connecting. But yeah, what is the Chi Ball revolution? Well, the Chi Ball revolution is a revolution of play. And that is, and so in order to do that, it can't be about Mike and I. Mike and I can't be the name and face of the company. It has to be like people taking ownership over the movement and then running with it in their own ways in their own communities. And so this is, we haven't announced this yet because we're just working on the resources that come with it. But basically, this is our Chi Ambassador program. We pay out 20% people. So if you get into schools, you get 20% of the revenue that is generated through Chi Ball sales, merch sales, etc. I'll share this link right here and you can check out the page. This is a super fun video we recorded at our festival we did a few weeks ago on Vancouver Island. Um, and so like when you're a Chi ambassador, the idea is like every ball we sell comes with a carabiner because our balls are grass woven. And so this was one of the obstacles we faced is like, how do you brand a piece of grass? And so every ball comes with this like play Chi ball carabiner. And the idea is, and it was so cool because you know, the beginning, we're the only guys with chi balls at South by Southwest. By the end of the week, you're walking around the streets and people have these dangling off their bags and their belts. And we heard that rallies are getting sparked in different parts of South by Southwest. Super cool. So the idea is as a Chi ambassador, is like you play everywhere you go, you make friends with strangers, and then we've created these flyers here that have a QR code. And so part of your promotional resources is our you get your own QR code so that if you're out in the world and you're playing and connecting with people, you can just give them the flyer when they buy, you get compensated. It feels really cool, you know. I've sold some pretty big packages, which is always exciting with the consulting side of the business. But I don't know if I've ever felt more excitement and joy through a sale as I do when I sell a little ball. It's pretty wild because it's like I just know when I sell that ball and they walk away with their purchase, it's like that is going to create connection. It's going to create joy. They're going to have more fun. It's something they can do anywhere and everywhere with anyone. And it's such a meaningful thing to be selling somebody. And it's like there's no harm to the environment when they buy that grass woven ball. It's just like it's all positive energy that happens.
How long does it last?
Couple years. Yeah, yeah. As long as you don't get it wet, it just gets better and better the more you play.
Cool.
Yeah, so fun. Well, thanks for hearing some adventure stories.